IVM.
All right. Hello, welcome to Football Twaddle. We are back after 1 week break where, for reasons known to everyone on earth, we could not record the podcast. So I hope that is very clear. Yash, is it very clear what I said?
Yes, it is very clear. We were Burnley for a 1 week.
All right. You have been watching some games with very keen interest. Like last month, your favorite team was the Arsenal, and I have just discovered and read a report that the FA are investigating a certain Arsenal player
Yes.
for getting a yellow card, and there was unusually high amount of betting activity. So
Oh, man.
this is all the statement says, but Twitter, that's where the truth is spoken.
Yes.
And the truthful Twitter guys, they are saying that it is Granit Xhaka, and they are giving examples of the Leeds game and other things. I don't know if it is Granit Xhaka or not, because
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it obvious, first of all, that Xhaka is going to get literally a yellow card every game? So why should there be unusual amount of activity?
I guess they have to check with what the odds were for this yellow card. But what's funny or interesting is that Twitter is also saying that it's an insult to Shaka to say that he was just going for a yellow.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is such. I think they are trying to malign the good name of Granit. And as much as I think Granit is a great footballer or an average footballer, I don't think it is on the realms of possibility that he is so succinct and precise in trying to get this spot betting organized for him to get a yellow card.
Man, if Granit Xhaka had to spot fix, then wow, I don't know. What's the world come to?
No, dude, then we don't understand anything of the world, because if he can spot fix and plan this, that means he's such a disciplined footballer for the rest of the time. So
this is the ultimate con then.
Exactly. So then Arsenal fans' theories will be blown out of the window. That is actually not a disciplined footballer.
Indisciplined footballer.
Yeah, I think it must be one of those low paid guys. Let's just call him NKTR. Yeah, but the Arsenal have been in news for all sorts of wrong reasons. Even though they've played 3 matches less than Chelsea, and if they win all the 3, they'll be on equal points with Chelsea.
Oh God, don't do all these mathematical thingies.
I am not.
Give hope to.
I'm talking about a emotional and a really horrible thing of Arsenal fans, which is some guy called Good Enough.
Oh man. Yeah. I didn't know you were going to go there. But
popularly known as DT, who led the revolution and started it by kicking out Arsene Wenger with his foul-mouthed abuses. It seems like he is not a very good person.
Yeah, not at all. We don't condone his actions at all. Not that we have anything to do with him or whatever. But yeah, it's disappointing when content creators or self-proclaimed content creators,
our heroes.
No, he was nobody's hero. I mean, he always was a bit of a clown. So yeah, but it's sad that people can have such a history of violent behavior and abuse, and can sort of come out much later, I guess. I mean, there was some time between the public knowing all of this, right? And
correct. So he supposedly got only 1 year, and then the police appealed. This is just too less. So I thought, is this police chief guy, is he an Arsenal fan or is he a Wenger fan? Like, what is going on? I feel bad for poor Robbie, man. I mean, what I said, and then I genuinely like Robbie Lyle of AFTV, and
he seems to have his act together. It's just all these accidents happen to him. When you remember the racism scandal that happened with the late Claude.
Yeah, come on. I mean, as much what I thought about it, so let's not get there. But yeah, so there's Claude. Then so basically, AFTV was a sane person interviewing deranged fellows.
Yeah, so I guess that comes with the territory, is what you're trying to say. It's just
Yes, it
going to
does.
happen.
And I saw the most amazing bit of content regarding this DT thing when a person who I can clearly say is one of our idols, Mark
Over it.
Goldbridge, he says, I didn't see DT for some time on
Oh.
creating contents, and everyone knows we've had a fight and everything. But I'm like, what's happening? So I messaged him. I like messaged him on WhatsApp saying that, hey dude, all well, what's going on? So DT was not DT. Goldbridge was magnanimous enough,
Mhm.
like, to keep his enmity aside and try and check on the well-being of
Well, I
DT.
think they had patched up and whatever, but I mean, that's besides the point. But doesn't this fellow also have some history of getting kicked off the police force or something?
I read that, but as soon as I read the headline, I closed it. You can't let all your heroes be fallen. So
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, let's talk a little about football.
Mhm.
And out of all this, since we started to talk about Arsenal, and it's been quite some time since we spoke about them.
Mm.
And I now that I look at the scores, they've not had a match this weekend because they had one case.
Yeah.
And they asked the FA to postpone, and Tottenham were like livid. They're like, what the hell? We thought only we could postpone games. And so Tottenham said that obviously this rule is being misused. Do you know anything about the new rule that can you get a game postponed with only one COVID case now?
God knows. I mean, we spoke about how Liverpool had those false negative tests and all that. So I think the FA right now is like, don't do all that nonsense. Just at least get one person to exposed to COVID, and we'll give it to you. I
Oh
guess
yeah,
that's their whole strategy
approach.
now.
Yeah, but now the table, Yash, has
Yeah.
a lot of imbalance. Chelsea have played 23 games.
Hmm.
Spurs have played 18.
Yeah.
So Spurs are 5 games down, and I am going to do the math. If Spurs win those 5 games,
Hmm.
they will be third in the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And if Arsenal win the 3 games in hand, they will also be at the same point as,
Spurs.
no, they'll be lesser than Spurs.
But that's okay. It's always, a bird in hand is what two in the bush, as the old adage is. So there's no telling how many games they'll win. I mean, I'm talking about Spurs because they'll come at a difficult time with other games, other knockout games in the middle, and they'll have to play like 2 games in 3 days. So there'll be a big fixture congestion. Spurs don't have squad depth. It's
Wow.
not gonna work. It's not gonna be that easy at all.
Yeah, and the more you don't play games at some point in the second half of the season, you will
Mhm.
have to play Aston Villa, who is now like who's bought the greatest player called Philip Coutinho.
Oh
And
God.
let's talk about that game. What happened?
That was such a
Manchester United leading 2-0, and Twitter was full like Bruno is the shit. Just don't play Cristiano. Bruno will take care of us, and
yeah.
everything happens. And then what
Yeah,
happened?
but United were terrible. I mean, apart from the first half an hour, they seemed to be, just holding on to dear life and scored against the run of play. And it just seemed it was sort of, it was one of those pure moments in Premier League football when a big star returns and he scores a
Yeah.
not so spectacular goal at tap in, and he gives unnecessary content for all the journalists to write about. They go all the way back to how he was at Liverpool and how he failed at Barca and did well in the one game for Bayern against Barca, and eventually he's here with his teammates. So yeah, so I mean, if United would have avoided that goal, they would have robbed our print format or web
Oh.
format journalists of
No, come on.
writing so much content. So yeah, whatever. I mean,
You think
uh,
so? United was supporting the print journalism.
they were certainly playing like that because 2-0 up. The easiest thing for them to do over there would have been to shut shop. And yeah, they were certainly outgunned in the midfield department because John McGinn and whoever there was much better than Matic and McTominay. So yeah, I mean, apart from that, most positions United were okay. They could have easily shut down after 2-0 up, after being 2-0 up, and especially after conceding a sloppy goal at 2-1, they should have shut down. But yeah, Coutinho came, scored a pretty easy tap in, and yeah. So Stevie G marches on. I hope he
He continues
he
to do well,
continues to do well. Yeah.
and so that in a year and a half, Stevie
Yes.
G
Will be.
starts the downfall of the Anfield club.
Yeah.
That will be so very well written in the stars.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is Donny Van De Beek always introduced in the 89th minute? Is there a contract clause? Like what? Why? Like literally.
If there is a clause like that, nobody has discovered it. Usually, it's the other way around, right? Like players are not played to avoid giving them bonuses and all.
Oh, dude, forget that. Arsene Wenger used to do it in the most dirty way possible
Mhm.
because he used to, what do you call? He used to have clauses where he had to either pay the clubs, he had to pay the clubs in transfer fee if they played for more than 60 minutes in a certain number of games.
Mhm.
So he used to withdraw players at like,
Yeah, yeah.
dude, that guy forget tactics. This is the list he used to sit with. And so at 57 minutes, they're like randomly he's substituting players, and it comes out like 1 or 2 years later, Arsenal has saved some 10 million or something by
Well,
not
he is the
paying.
professor, right? So,
Anyway, so
but
but Van
yeah,
de
so
Beek,
that's precisely what I'm saying. This is the exact opposite of that. So I don't know. It's I mean, I'd be surprised if there is such a clause which is beneficial to the club. The reason why, and Twitter obviously calls Donny Van Der Beek the human final whistle now. And yeah, I mean, poor Donny. I hope he goes in this window itself. What a failure it has been.
yes, he should go up north.
Yes, to our club,
The real club,
the real
the
club.
people's club. But now I think it is very clear that Pep Guardiola is going to win yet another Premier League. And there is no stopping that team.
Yeah.
Chelsea probably at least should have won that game to be in the title race.
Yeah.
But their abject surrender
Mhm.
but to Man City. But Man City won that game only 1-0 for what I
And
thought was
that was a 1-0 thrashing. You have to say.
yeah. I'm not denying the thrashing. They won 1-0, but that was a great goal by Kevin De Bruyne, I thought. But a lot of my fellow Chelsea fans and a good friend of our podcast, Archie, said that it was Kepa's fault. What are your thoughts?
Jesus, I mean, Kepa is bound to be rusty because he's not their number one, and
No, so you're
so
admitting that it is his fault.
no, it's not. I mean, how to say? I don't know. I don't want to apportion.
Blame.
No, I don't want to apportion actual numbers to it, but maybe I'd put it down to like 10% his fault, maybe 10% of Kante not tracking him well, but yeah, 80% was De Bruyne. So yeah, so
Dude,
just
if the standards to measure Kepa are so high, I think like 99.5% of Premier League goals are all goalkeepers' faults. And there's no good strike only.
it was a brilliant strike, but I don't know. It was, if he was positioned maybe slightly better, maybe he could have got a hand to it. That's all I'd say. But yeah, I don't know. 9 times out of 10, he's not going to save that.
Yeah, that's all. But that 1-0 thrashing, and let's look at the table again. Man City on 22 games are at 56 points. Ironically, if no, Liverpool, if they win 48. So yeah, so they're like 8 or 9 points ahead more than anyone, and it does not look like they're going to be stopped. This is it.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken way too much about this, so whatever.
Yes, that is a good way of putting down that small club of Manchester. There are very, very strange things happening in the Premier League. 1 week break we take and look at the happenings. So our great man, Rafa Benitez, he fires the club doctor.
Oh God.
In the beginning of the season. He gets him fired. Then he fired some nutrition guy. Then he fired some type of coach or whatever.
Right.
Then he fights with Luca Dean for some 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and he just kicked this guy out of the club. And they sell him to Aston Villa. And then a week later, they fire Benitez, right? So, more than Rafa Benitez, I think this is now Everton's problem. They just don't know how to manage money. And this is what I keep saying, that Newcastle have to have a plan and work towards it.
I mean, they have to see what Everton are doing and not do that. That's one way of going about it.
Don't be Everton and Barcelona, you will be a decent football club.
Sorry, what?
Don't be Everton and Barcelona, you will be a good football club.
No, it is not possible for us to be Barcelona. It's just not. That kind of shit only happens in democracy. We are not wrong. We don't need to win elections anywhere.
Yeah, it'll be
not in the home country, not in Karambhumi.
It'll be so weird if MBS comes and says, I will retain this chairmanship only if I buy Messi.
No, if he says he's gonna buy Messi, I think Messi will come.
Yeah, they should just go for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, Everton, dude, 8 years of that ownership, they have no idea. They spent so much money. They spent like 500, 600
Yeah,
million.
God, and there's nothing to show for it. Nothing. Not even a measly fourth place to get into the Champions League. So yeah,
Forget Champions League. You're not even getting into Europa. I think Ed Woodward would be show
yeah.
this report card of Everton, say, look, I was such a good custodian of my club.
Oh God, they should hire Ed. He'd be better.
Yeah, definitely. He will fire the owners only. He will get a leveraged buyout done. Kick out the owners. Get
Oh
some junior
God.
glazers to buy this. Yes. Let us see what else. Did you watch any other games? Yes, you seem to be quite busy over the weekend.
Yeah, it's busy, but I did manage to watch a little bit of the El Clasico in our home country.
Yes. Why don't you tell? First of all, why is it being played in Saudi Arabia? Don't they have stadiums in Spain?
Yeah, they do, but just like the reason why Newcastle was bought is because people over there are interested in football,
Sure.
and they are the people with money. You see how bad the financial conditions of the Spanish clubs are. So, yeah, this reminds me of that 39th game thing that used to be a big deal. Like,
Yeah, but that's only an English thing and a German thing because I don't think Spain guys really, or even the
no,
Italian.
but it's that spirit, right? Like, this is a global game. We can play somewhere else.
Yeah.
And whatever. So on one of the WhatsApp groups, people were talking about how many millions. I think 20 million or so the clubs were paid. Or
Really? That's not bad. That's a good
yeah,
sum of money.
yeah. So
So
I
this was
mean,
a Spanish Cup game.
this was the Spanish Super Cup. So the Spanish Super Cup has unlike in England where the FA Cup and the league winner wins, they have introduced also the runners up of both tournaments.
Oh, not bad.
So yeah, so Real played
Barcelona.
Barcelona in the semis and beat them, and in the final, Real played Bilbao.
So what is your expert opinion? From what I read or heard about that game, Karim Benzema supposedly played very well.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what that guy's on at such an age to play this well. Whether goal contributions or not.
He took so many years to get out of Cristiano's shadow.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what possibly was needed because he's not a classical number 9, but he does so many of things that various different types of forwards play, whether it's dribbling, shooting from distance, holding up the ball, that he keeps maybe 3 defenders busy all the time, which makes up a lot of space for these semi-talented people like Rodrigo and the now very talented Vinicius Junior too.
Oh yeah, because you said he's a player to look forward to in 2022. So Vinicius Junior suddenly is a great talent. Yes. We get it. But yeah, Benzi is at another level, man. That guy is, as you said, no one knows what he's on. And I saw like some parts of Benzema when he was playing under Mourinho. He was like a young fellow then. He was quite good even then. But dude, last 3-4 years, he is just on a different planet altogether. He is the best striker in the world, no? Along with Lewandowski.
Yeah. Speaking of whom, I did manage to watch Cologne versus Bayern.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were going to say that you did manage to watch the video where Lewandowski ties his daughter's hair with a vacuum cleaner.
No, I stopped midway. I was like, no, hairdos are not my thing. But yeah, I mean, that game, man, it showed me the gulf between everyone else and Bayern, because the way they were finding passes, then there was an unreal pass by Muller, who's having another fellow who's having like a late career resurgence like Benzema.
Yes, but a little difference between Muller and Benzema is that Benzema actually uses the ball. Muller, he doesn't really care for the ball, I think. Some coach had said that the guy, Muller is like one of the most intelligent players, and he just knows how to create space. That's his game. He doesn't really care.
I was watching with a few friends. Some of them were not ardent followers of football, and another friend who does watch a lot tried to explain what Muller's position is in.
So what I'm assuming that friend you're talking about is Tej Tambe.
Yeah. So Tej.
Yeah, so what is Tej's explanation?
He could not come up with an exact position, and so he is like, "Arey, ye forward 3 mein kahi bhi khel leta hai." And he makes space. He goes where space is, gives one touch to the forward, and the forward scores. So yeah, so he's not left, he's not right, he's just right.
Yeah, Muller's given a free role. He just runs around everywhere. And I think people kind of figured it. But yeah, he's having late results. The thing about Bundesliga is that no one really cares who wins because it's always Bayern. But it's always the rest of the thing which is interesting. As there's a team called Union Berlin.
What's up with those guys now?
which is now fifth on the table. They were just promoted last year. Yash.
Right. So the Capital Club.
Yeah. No, that's Hertha.
Oh, okay.
So,
No, but
but
these guys are the East Germans, right? I don't know.
Union guys, I think they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they are, and supposedly their left backs are very good. So next year probably Bayern will buy them. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So you saw a lot of multicultural football over the weekend,
Yep.
where I was focused on the British core of Manchester, London, and I saw the Wolves game 3-1. Great game. I loved it.
Who they beat?
Southampton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wolves beat Southampton. They are there. They're eighth on the table, 20 games, 31 points, just 1 point less than Manchester United. And yeah, Adama Traore scored again. So obviously Barcelona want to pay like 25 million for him. So it's all going good for Wolves. All right, let's take a break right now, and please keep a player of the week ready. And don't say Benzema because we like praise him a lot. So just think of someone else. Stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Eventually, you'll see the end of your childhood,
Get accustomed to womanhood.
enjoy the experience of sisterhood,
Might get to wifehood
or not, choose motherhood,
or not. You'll learn to define your personhood.
earn a livelihood,
Change the neighborhood.
and get rid of the falsehood that life post academia is easy.
So join me, Ritasha,
And me, Ayushi,
on a journey from station starting point.
to station, what now?
Next station, Pudin station, and hopefully Agla station, adulthood.
Fresh episodes out every Thursday.
All right, welcome back to Football Twaddle. Yash,
Yeah.
player of the week.
I'm very sad to say this, but it has to be Felipe Coutinho to make a barnstorming return to.
You
The Premier
spent 5 minutes telling that one stupid tap in, useless goal.
Yeah,
and
so it's
rest-
not about how
rest
the
have
goal.
built him up and everything. And player of the week.
Yeah, because our player of the weeks, we don't rely on talent. We rely on their coolness. So
Okay, so Felipe Coutinho. Why not look at Dean? Even he played a good game.
but who cares?
Yeah, I want to say Alain Saint Maxima, but I think I've said that enough times. And so I'm going to go with a cool name called Jack Harrison.
Yeah, he scored. I mean, after ages or something. Was it his first goal?
He scored 3 goals.
Oh, okay.
And Leeds beat West Ham 3-2. And David Moyes basically complained about fixture congestion. But Leeds are finding some sort of form which will basically ensure that they stay in the league this season.
Oh God, that's bad news for us then.
Yeah, but it was never going to be Leeds versus us. I think it's only going to be Watford versus Newcastle.
Achha.
And Newcastle were leading for 84 minutes. Till I messaged you guys.
Such a heartbreak.
Till I messaged you guys saying that, guys, something special is happening. And then
No, but it's okay. But there are many transfers in the pipeline. Like, did you read about that Sevilla guy? Is he any
Diego
good?
Carlos.
Yes.
Yeah, he wants to leave the La Liga contenders, where he's a regular player and starter for Sevilla. He wants to leave them and he wants to join the people's fight.
Yes, we love it.
You think our Saudi owners will start sending players to the coal mines for a hard day's graft if they don't put in their 100%?
Yeah, let's see, because the Northeast has a rich tradition of fueling the industrial revolution. So we're the People's Club. It'll do them a world of good.
All right. Okay. So let's get to this. What are the game you're going to watch on the weekend?
Oh man,
There's so many good ones.
Confusing. See, I was going to say Arsenal Burnley, but it has everything to get postponed.
No, that one guy still has COVID.
Okay, I'm going to say Newcastle versus Leeds United, the battle of two Uniteds.
Yes. Yeah, we should watch that game. When is that?
Saturday, 8:30 Indian time.
Yes, that will be a good game.
It'll
I
be a
mean,
brilliant
off
game.
late, I've been watching a lot of Newcastle games. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I want to say Chelsea, Tottenham, but everyone's going to watch it. But if a little trip to Italy interests people, there is Milan versus Juventus on Sunday, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Sunday night or Monday early morning, 1:15. There is Milan versus Juventus. and Milan have been in decent form.
Right.
Juve are kind of picking up the wins but not playing well, and there's literally a must-game win for Milan to be in the league
In the
in Serie A.
contention.
So yeah, so people can choose to watch Chelsea Tottenham on Sunday 10 p.m. and just move over to Woot to watch Serie A. I don't think anyone else in the world promotes Woot as much as I do. And if
They
someone
should
from
pay us.
dude, forget paying us. Just give us a show. Like, give us a small show where we talk about all the leagues
Yeah.
in basically La Liga and Serie A. Even the French league, I'll watch that farmers crappy league. And we can have a great show. So I am going to tag Woot in this.
Right.
And for that sake as well, I'm going to say Milan versus Juve is my game of the week.
Awesome.
Okay, before we go, what's any hot transfer news? Goss? What's going on? Is United buying anyone? Does
No, but they're trying to push off a lot of people to Newcastle. The only one that really excites me is Jesse Lingard. Because I
he's
think
also going to Newcastle.
No, that's one of the hot goss. It may not, because it's goss, it may not turn out to be true, but I think that this will work out very well for all three parties. That's why it really excites me. I think the way he played for West Ham last season, our club Newcastle can really benefit.
Imagine Chris Wood, Jesse Lingard, Kieran Trippier, Diego Carlos. We literally bought an entire team.
Don't say that, man. 4 people are hardly a team. By City standards, you need 20 players.
So wait. So let's talk a little about Newcastle, right? Let me just open up their team, because this is, man, I'm telling you, I am going to be such a big fan of Newcastle. They're not going to win a lot, and it's going to be a very sad thing. But anyway, let's go. So keeper Dubravka. He's going to be there, right? He's a good keeper.
Yeah.
Then they just bought Trippier. Then there is, let's now look at the front. So there is going to be Chris Wood, Saint Maxima. Right now on the right, he plays Frazier. But if Lingard goes, then there's going to be Chris Wood and Lingard and Saint Maxima, right?
Yep.
Oh, so good. And then in the defense, we'll get in Diego Carlos. Obviously, I think they're looking at a left back, but I don't know which left back. The midfield, Longstaff, Shelby, and Joelinton. Nice. I've had some choicy words to say about Joelinton, which I would not like to repeat in this podcast. But why are they not buying any midfielders? They really need a midfielder.
Yeah, creative force will really go a long way into
creative force, defensive force, box-to-box force.
No, box-to-box, it's okay. Shelby and Joelinton are fine, but Newcastle United really need someone who will give a lot of assists.
Yeah. So they need at least 2-3 ones, but it will be a decent team to watch. I hope Lingard. How strong are these Lingard rumors?
As strong as I don't know. I'd say 40%, since I'm giving out numbers.
What, 40%? That's less.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, I got excited because it would work out well for everyone. I don't think
the report which says Newcastle working on loan deals to sign Jesse Lingard from Manchester United. Okay, let's see Newcastle. Who else they want to buy? Oh God, Newcastle face Diego Carlos transfer hijack. Bid matched by a Premier League club.
Who could it be? Who are these nincompoops? Party poopers.
Gosh, should we cancel the project in the Saudi? It says matched by Premier League rival. Who is Newcastle's rival in Premier League now?
There's the Sunderland. Is Burnley using our money to buy him? The Chris Wood money.
But Burnley need a striker. That was quite a smart thing, right? I mean, I know our friend Kumar Kannal keeps abusing Chris Wood. I mean,
it was a smart thing because Wood scores a lot of goals for Burnley, who are a relegation rival, right? So it's a good game theory.
Guy and get him while your striker is injured. So why is that not a good business?
It's good business. I mean, since we don't have a resource crunch, it's good to weaken your opponent.
Okay, so I don't know. Diego Carlos may be happening. Suarez linked with Aston Villa. Did you know this?
Yeah, it was on some. It was on a WhatsApp group. I don't think that's gonna happen. No way. I think that guy thinks way too much of himself to go to like a smallish club.
But he will go to this one. What do you call it? Aston Villa?
No, but he won't.
Yes. Oh God, dude! I read something else also. Mario Balotelli.
No.
Newcastle were considering signing Balotelli, but so far they have not made us an offer, said the Turkish outfits chairman. There is an exit clause in his contract.
I think we'll do that much due diligence to not get this problem child.
Yeah, we should not get this guy. And yeah, but there's a huge there is a huge news that Duvan Zapata and Robin Gosens may just move to Newcastle, the Atlanta boys.
That'd be tasty.
Oh God, they just like, we need to get things done. Anyway, on that note, Yash, I think
All right.
by next week we'll have 2 more transfers and we will have
Brilliant.
thrashed
Awesome.
whatever team. What was your game of the week again? Newcastle versus?
Leeds United.
Yeah, we would have beaten Bielsa. Eddie Howe is better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
And let's just hope none of the content creators are in jail in a week's time so that we have to like again talk about them.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, Yash.
All right.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, writer-director Supan Verma tells Cyrus what it was like co-directing Season 2 of The Family Man. In their new miniseries Ek Sawal Kahi Jawab, the Pulyabazi hosts ask, how much should the government's tax income be? What's life like in your 40s? Actor Sikandar Kher talks to Ritasha and Ayushi on Agla Station Adulthood. On All Things Policy, the Takshashila folks shed light on a probable global treaty for pandemic management. And on Say No to Drama, Chetna explains how to give up on the stress of not finding solutions to our problems right away. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. We really do appreciate the word of mouth. Also, don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms that you're listening to us on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is. And we are also on YouTube. On YouTube, you can check out our various channels on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Bank of Baroda and CoinSwitch Kuber. Thank you for making this possible.
Do you wonder why China does the things that it does? Or want to know how we could improve online privacy? Or perhaps you're thinking about how we can kickstart India's economy. If you'd like to search for the answers to such questions, check out All Things Policy, a daily public policy podcast that covers everything from employment figures to aircraft carriers. Tune in from Monday to Friday for new episodes and fresh takes.